little strange with foliage this year. I mean,
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of green still, but then a lot of trees that have nothing on them.
Or drop them. To be
Yeah.
clear, I mean, here, Maine, our problem this year was that we had too much rain and too many clouds. Like, remember, I've been saying that for like a month, right?
Yeah.
Like, this year's probably not going to be good. And it's because typically you don't do well when there's a lot of cloud cover and rain. But our bad season's still not a bad season.
No. It's
You know,
beautiful.
just a bit muted. I think muted is the right
a
word.
fair word, I think.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
not quite popping the way they sometimes do, but you know, that's what makes it different. Every year is different. All right, visible satellite looking all right. Still, we had a decent day today, mixture of sun and clouds. More clouds over down East Maine, a couple of showers too. And this radar picture, give or take, is kind of where we're going to be at this week, where there'll be showers around. The coverage is not going to be enormous. Most of the showers are going to be light, but there will be a possibility of them, and we're going to talk more about that in a second, kind of how that's working. It has to do with this upper level low stuck to our north and west. I'll tell you that if this low were here, we'd have a really tough week because there's a lot of rain and even some snow wrapped up in that. We're on the edge of the low, but still there's little areas of energy that kind of rotating around that, giving us a chance for a shower pretty much every day. There's not that many of them, but their chance will be there. Let's talk about tonight first. Ooh. Okay. We have a frost advisory in effect in interior southwestern Maine and back into New Hampshire. And that's only because the growing season is still going on here where it's not in the mountains and foothills. So temperature is cold enough to produce some frost, and I think that seems right as we'll drop down into the mid 30s with a couple of low 30s possible too. Along the coast, right around upper 30s to 40 until you get to down East Maine. Wind direction helps you there. The ocean, obviously a positive moderating influence this time of the year and right through the winter. So tonight is cool, crisp, however you want to put it. By tomorrow morning, that's where we're at. Temperatures in the 30s. We get to about 60 tomorrow afternoon. Clouds increase. And then here's your isolated chance for a shower. Notice there aren't that many. Best chance tomorrow will be western Maine and along the immediate coastline. And then on Wednesday, we'll see more clouds around, breaking off to a mixture of sun and clouds in the afternoon. Again, an isolated shower, not many of them. High temperature around 60 degrees. And we'll do that again on Thursday. I think Thursday afternoon, there's a better chance of the showers in the mountains. But you'll notice that there's not a lot of coverage here. So I'd say any given day, you have about a 15 or 20% chance of catching a shower, no more than that. So a lot of these days will be dry. In fact, if you take the European computer model, run it all the way through the week and ask it, how much total rain are we going to see? Not too impressive. A lot of donuts, a couple of 0.1s, 0.2s. So it kind of gives you an idea that, yeah, there's a lot of little showers around here, but they're not really adding up to too much. All right, the weekend's probably a different story, though. There's that upper level low sitting out there, eventually dies out. Here comes a low from the west that is going to turn into a real coastal low / nor'easter. The question is it here or is it here? And that's going to make all the difference in our weekend. As it stands, I don't like Sunday, but I could be persuaded not to like Saturday too. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that as we get a little bit closer here, because that would be a really tough snow forecast, which won't be too long, guys. Won't be too long. But until then, I think this is kind of a classic fall week. It's nice. A lot of people don't realize fall is our statistical rainiest season. You picture those crisp days and all that,
days,
but like
dry.
In reality, that's not it. So we're doing it on the weekends lately, which is not my favorite. We'll try to get some more clarity on this weekend as soon as we can.
And to be clear, none of us are trying to persuade you to make Saturday bad.
Yes,
also.
agreed.
Right,
I would rather at least get one weekend
day
day in, but until then,
be helpful.
these showers are just really
Just
minor
hang out.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay, Keith, thanks.